It's hard though, like I try to be responsible, like I try. Like when I go shopping, I check the clothes, make sure, see if there was child labor involved, because kids make the best stuff. But it's hard to be responsible. Like a couple minutes ago, I already called in work to tell them I wasn't going to be there tomorrow. And they were actually cool with it, because they fired me like a week ago. They said that I had too many sick days. And apparently, Bieber fever isn't recognized as a legitimate excuse for missing work. I'm cool with it. I'm not mad that I got fired. I'm kind of relieved, because the results of that background check were going to come back any day. And I was going to have a lot of explaining to do. Not just to the people who hired me, but to all the families who lost loved ones during those operations I was performing. Apparently people like to be asleep while they're having surgery. Fancy. Because I'm unemployed, I watch way too much TV. And I watch like daytime TV, which is even worse, because it has no educational value whatsoever. My favorite thing to watch is The Marty Show, because it employs like the timeless themes of lust and betrayal, and it's always a paternity test with some woman who has a kid named Jamarcus, texting 9 different men to see if they're the father, and none of them are the father. And just once, I want Mari to go. When it comes to the paternity of 2-year-old Jamarcus, the father is, and then just looks right in the camera and goes, me. That'd be awesome. But I wish that they had the show 2,000 years ago, because then we would all know for sure who Jesus' dad was. Think about it. They just start the show and Mari would go, hello. Today we're here with Mary, and she wants to determine the paternity of her baby Jesus. And then little baby Jesus' picture would come up and everyone would go like, aww. And then they'd cut to backstage where Joseph was, and it would just be him like, whoa! Doing this, and the audience is booing. And they'd cut to him and be like, Mari, I'm 138% sure that is not my kid. And then he'd come out and everyone would just start booing, and he'd be like, oh, you don't know anything. And then they do that split screen where they show the baby's face and Joseph's face, so the whole audience can like pretend that they look exactly alike, and everyone's like, oh my god, they look just alike! And Joseph would just be like, that's not my baby. He's got a halo. I don't have no halo. Can you imagine the audience's reaction when they found out the father was God? That would be a 2-part episode. Everyone would just freak out. People would just start rioting and setting things on fire and be like, oh shit, I knew it! I just want to be in that lab when you put God's DNA in a beaker. It just fucking explodes everywhere. That would be awesome. But yes, I'm in grad school right now, because I'm really smart. Yeah, thanks. And it's great. It gets better. College is better than high school, because high school sucked. High school, oh my god, it was the worst. And they don't prepare you when you're a kid for high school. Like, there are some things that Clarissa didn't explain at all. Now, in high school, I was not, you might not be able to tell by looking at me, but I was not cool. I wasn't cool in high school. We didn't have, like, an abstinence club, but we did have a theater club, and I was in that. Basically the same thing. I was the vice president of the basically abstinence club. So naturally I was beating away friends with a stick. But the thing that you have to worry about when this occurs is bullies. Like, bullies are the worst. And now today they talk about cyberbullies. It's so hard. No, cyberbullies can't shove you in a trash can and take your lunch money. And run your underwear up the flagpole.
Yeah.
I had a bully. Oh god, she was the worst. And every day, I'd like open my locker. It would take me forever because the combination's really intricate and hard. I'd open it. It'd take me 20 minutes. She'd just walk by and close it, trip me, call me names, make fun of me, spit on me. She was a horrible guidance counselor. And the last thing I want to say is I think it's important for high schoolers. You got to develop like a sense of self-esteem. Like I had this friend in high school, terrible self-esteem, awful. And he would always make like these self-deprecating remarks all the time. So I came up with a solution. I got him a jar. And I was like, dude, every time you say something bad about yourself, I want you to put $5 in that jar. And what do you know? It worked. Because after just 2 months, finally, he had enough money to buy a gun. Thanks for missing Glee for this. Good night.